Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you guys my guaranteed PB squat program. This squat program is what got me from a 145 back squat all the way up to that got me from a 140 back squat all the way up to a 145 back squat, and got my front squat from 115 all the way up to 130 kilos. So this particular squat program works over a 6-week block. So over the past 6 weeks, I have been building up to those PBs and building myself up week on week to ensure that I am strong enough to get to those weights. I did have those specific weights as targets, so I did hit the targets that I was hitting and exceeded the expectations that I had. So I thought that I would share these with you guys so that you guys can implement this squat program into your training and see what kind of PBs you can get. So if you guys would like to screenshot the program that I used, the exact program that I used, I will put it at the very end of this video in like a screenshot format, so you can have it on your phones, you can save it, and then obviously refer back to it if you wanted to use it or when you wanted to use it. But I thought I would just talk about the explanations why and how it kind of works before I then show you the exact program. So as I said, this squat block or this squat program is 6 weeks long. It can be made 8 weeks, but for me personally, I like to keep my squat programs pretty short and sharp. The good thing about this program, it is pretty much the perfect squat program to make sure that you are still getting strong whilst you're doing other training. So whilst I have had this squat program leading up to the Open, which literally just started last week, I've been able to train for the Open whilst also gaining strength on my back squat, and it hasn't actually taken away that much from my training, just because of the nature of the program being pretty short and sharp, making sure that it is fast and efficient and doesn't really impact my training all that much. So the one thing I should mention is that in order to participate in this program or do this program, you will need to have like an established RM. You will kind of need to have what you know that you could do on a really good day, as in like what is your 1RM back squat, because most of the program or all of the program is based on percentage work. So if you haven't got a percentage to base it off, makes it kind of hard to actually do the program. So the beauty of this program, which I really love, is the simplicity of the structure of the squat program. So you basically have 2 squat sessions a week, 2 back squat sessions a week, and 1 front squat session. Now ideally you have 3 days between the 2 back squat sessions to allow maximum recovery between those days. One day is a really simple 80% day where you go in and perform 5 sets of doubles with a maximum 2-minute 30 rest between your sets, and that's pretty much it. So those 5 sets of doubles at 80%, those are your ticking over numbers. Those are that's the day that you can walk into the gym and say, right, I just need to do my 5 sets of doubles. It's only going to take me 10 minutes once I start to get to my working weight. It's really easy, and it just makes sure that your legs are like ticking over and that you're keeping fresh whilst planning for the bigger squat session, which is 3 days later, or in my case I used to do Monday and Friday. So this 80% obviously is 80%, but just to kind of have an idea, this 80% should be a weight that some days is really easy. Some days you walk in, you can do it beltless, you feel great, you feel really light, and other days it could feel a little bit heavier and you may need to belt up for it. But it's a weight that you should be able to hit pretty much every single time without any problem, because it is 5 sets. So it's quite a substantial amount of sets to do if you're actually struggling. So just make sure that that's an achievable weight for you that you can do over a working set of over 5 working sets. So the Friday sessions, as I mentioned, this is where the strength is built. So this program builds over a 6-week basis and increases by 5% every single week. So every single week you add 5% onto the amount that you were squatting, and you start with 5 doubles, then you move down to 4 doubles, 3 doubles, 2 doubles, 1 double, and then obviously work up to a 1 RM. Now, as I said, these doubles increase in 5% throughout the whole program, except the last 2 weeks where it only increases 2.5%. Now the whole point of this program is basically it leads you up to doing your old PB for a set of 2, and then you're ready to do a new PB for a set just of 1 or 2 if you're feeling really good. So basically this program focuses on the progressive overload that you need to get on the Friday, and then you kind of just have that Monday as like a reset day, a just ticking over day, a make sure that I'm still feeling good day and I'm confident in my positions day. And then that Friday is really a day where you need to be feeling a little bit stronger, be a bit brave, and keep working on those weights and keep increasing every single week. It will feel hard, but obviously I've done the program. It will feel hard, but every single week it is something that is doable. Because the sets go down, your body knows that you can do it. Like there wasn't a moment where I doubted that I could do the program, and I've done this program before, and that time I also got a PB. So I know that this program works, like you can trust me. Now the reason I thought I would share this program with you is because I've actually found that since starting CrossFit, it is hard to build strength whilst doing CrossFit. CrossFit is very like physically and mentally demanding, so trying to add on more things onto yourself like that it's a lot, and sometimes it's asking too much of ourselves. So the great thing about this program is, one, it's super simple. So you know exactly what you need to do every Monday and Friday. You know that Monday is a pretty chilled 80% day. Doesn't take too much energy, but Friday you're gonna have to focus a little bit more on those sessions and make sure that you are feeling primed and ready to do it. But equally, both of those days are not like super heavy. It doesn't weigh too much on your mind because you know exactly what you need to do, you know exactly what you need to come in and be capable of, and every single week it increases, so you know what to do, you know where you need to go. So whilst yes, the progressive overload will mean that you'll progressively feel more tired and that it is quite taxing on the central nervous system because it is getting stronger and working on muscles and just getting stronger. Because it's in such a short, sharp 6-week block, it's not too much to ask of ourselves alongside other training. Like, I've been able to continue my training throughout the whole period without really being affected that much. What I would say is that on the Friday, just be aware that your legs may feel a little bit tired after the squats, but that everything else should be fine because the volume isn't really that intense. It's not so demanding that you wouldn't be able to then continue with other things. Now, I actually managed to increase my front squat by 15 kilos on this particular program this time. I think that the reason that I managed to do that is because throughout the whole program on Wednesdays I would also front squat, but I kept that at kind of like around 80% just to maintain the positioning and maintain like my front squat mobility to make sure that I could keep doing that. And then because my legs got so much stronger, I was then able to transfer that over directly from my back squat straight into my front squat, and my front squat got so much stronger. Now, just to quickly talk about it, because you guys may have noticed I've been wearing my SPDs in every single one of my sessions and using my belt for quite a lot of it. I've recently had like, not an epiphany, but I just started to just care a lot less about when I use my SPDs, when I use my belt. Obviously, I think it's important to still do the work around your training and that you don't rely so heavily on the knee sleeves or the belt, and that you still focus on the strength that your joints need, the strength that your core needs in order to help yourself stay healthy. But equally, because I put so much demand on my body every day through CrossFit, through training, it's also really important to lean back on resources that you do have to make sure that you stay as healthy as possible in the longer term, and never see it as like a crutch, because it's not a crutch. Like, you can do them without it, but using it, if that means that you stay healthier for longer, then there isn't really a question for me. Like, it doesn't really, for me, it doesn't take anything away from what I've been able to achieve. Like I said, I will now put the full program on the screen for you guys here, so you can see exactly what I did. If you guys do want me to like put up like a PDF format or anything, I'm more than happy to do that. Just pop it in the comments below. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel. I hope that you get as much out of this squat program as I got out of it, because I was so elated when I finally managed to front squat 130. Just to think that 2 years ago, my best back squat was 120. So to be able to sort of put on that much strength and gain that much strength is just, it's mind-blowing, and I'm so excited. Thanks so much for being a part of my journey. I'll catch you guys in the next video.